thought Terrifier was fucked up, this is how it all started.
Hello.
Hi there.
And welcome to another one of our horror reviews. I'm Randy.
And I'm Steve.
And this is All Hallows Eve.
Yes.
This is day 10 of our Halloween horror movie marathon. We decided to watch in honor of Terrifier 3 coming out today.
All the Art the Clown films.
Yes, we're watching all of the Art the Clown movies, not Terrifier.
Well, Terrifier universe, whatever,
Yeah.
Art the Clown universe. This is an anthology film of a bunch of different. Well, it starts out as this babysitter taking care of these kids. They find this strange videotape, and it starts these anthology of different kind of horror short films within this one movie. And Art the Clown is in the beginning and in the end.
He's also he's technically in all three segments.
He's kind of in all three segments.
Just as a picture for the second one.
Yeah, just as a picture of the second one. But
this movie started his rampage.
Yes.
11 years ago, I discovered this movie. I think I watched it on streaming or something like that because it was on Shudder.
I think I rented a DVD of this at one point, back a year or two after this came out.
Yeah.
A couple years after this came out? I don't know.
And this movie, scared the shit out of me. It was creepy. It was fucking creepy. Art the Clown is played by a different actor in this movie than he is in the Terrifier movies.
Yeah.
David Howard Thornton plays him in the Terrifier films. But Mike Gianelli, I think, is his name. He plays Art the Clown in this one. But I thought this movie, he was more scary than he is in Terrifier and Terrifier 2. And who knows about Terrifier 3 because we haven't gotten that far yet. But I think as a clown, freaky, and maybe it's the music and the tone setting of the anthology films.
I think it's more or less scary. I think it's just different to me.
It was very different.
It was different, but also didn't feel too different. To me, I don't think there's as big of a difference to me than you do, although I will say the biggest difference in this movie was the fact that it felt... It wasn't necessarily just about the gore. However, there was a lot of brutality in this film, gore, but it was more focused on this kind of
it felt like an 80s film.
It feels like it's also very it's more mentally wise, very disturbing, It shows you what they're doing without really showing you what they're doing, except for until the ending. That's when they really kind of do the whole, they show you everything. But for the majority of the movie, they show you a lot of things without showing you, every detail. There's a lot of graphic scenes, but it's not as long or, I don't know, in your face.
It's not as,
in your face. There is a scene where something with a woman cutting her stomach opened and something happening with that. I don't want to say it because I don't want to get banned. But anyhow, something happens with the woman being slit her chest open and whatever. But yeah, I don't know. His movements and gestures were kind of different, a little bit more subtle, not as exaggerated than
Terrifier.
I think his expressions are a little bit different. The creeping is kind of similar, the actual physical, the body movements are kind of similar, but the facial expressions and, I don't know, that's kind of different. The gore is similar.
The gore, I feel, is darker.
It's darker, but it's also similar.
In Terrifier and Terrifier 2, the gore is just... Well, actually...
There's more of it.
There was more of it. But, I take that back. The first Terrifier film had the elements of All Hallows Eve, I think. Terrifier 2 was just its own, I think,
Terrifier 2
story.
Takes it from the first one. I think, honestly, it feels like a pretty solid continuation. I think the movies just feel like they're evolving because they're trying to figure out who Art the Clown is as a character and how to do with them, and how to appeal to fans more with his character and what audience they're trying to appeal to within the horror subgenres.
And now rewatching All Hallows Eve, the anthology movies that feature Art the Clown, I understand the supernatural element a little bit better. Because there are supernatural elements of him in All Hallows Eve.
There are.
But yeah.
There's supernatural. It also, I wouldn't say like paranormal. Just supernatural's a better word because it's not like he's a ghost exactly. It's like there's these metaphysical powers. Like he can crawl through the TV set, or not crawl through the TV set, but he can tap the screen like he's inside the TV. And then when he enters the actual real world in this movie especially, like the screen turns like, well, it turns all grainy.
Yeah,
like the screen turns grainy like the movie did. Like the babysitter's watching. Like as soon as he enters her dimension, the screen turns grainy for her as well. He's able to also pop up in this VHS like on the TV screen behind her, and when she turns her back, there's no one there, and she looks back in the TV. And he's there again. He's creeping up closer to her. Just things like that. Also, he's able to disappear into like almost what seems thin air sometimes, like, or he disappears rather quickly. Like he shows up all bloody.
Like, yeah, he shows up randomly.
Well, like at the very end of the movie, that like I said, it turns all grainy, and then he like he's like all bloody and like scares her or whatever, and then walks off, and he just goes. I don't know where. He just disappears. He'll come out of nowhere. He'll enter. He'll like just go blank. Like it just weird things like that.
Yeah, and I like the
Becomes. It's like he has a portal dimension.
I'd like to see Terrifier 4 go into maybe behind the scenes of what Art the Clown did in the first anthology and the third one.
If you guys didn't know, there's actually going to be another Terrifier movie. They announced there's going to be a fourth one now too. So they have confirmed that. So that's what we're talking about.
Yeah. But I'd like to see them go more in the lore of that, because like in the first part of the anthology, he kidnaps that girl and she gets chained in like some tunnel underneath the city. And, like, there's these creatures and cult and the devil and all this weird shit. Like, can we get some explanation of that? And then the third one, he's just on a killing spree. It's like a short Terrifier film. The third segment.
Seen it in this movie. Okay.
Yeah, the third segment is like a short Terrifier film. He's chasing after this girl after he cuts up this guy at a gas station. Yeah.
She gets back in her car and she starts seeing him pop up on the side of the road.
Yeah, he just pops up randomly.
And then he'll disappear, come back up, and then like he'll just be there, and she'll drive a little further, he'll show up again, like on the side of the road. And then finally he chases her to her car, and then he knocks her out, and then she wakes up in like this room. And all her limbs are missing, her arms, her legs,
her boobs, everything.
Yeah, and he carves all these obscenities and really defaning things into her body, like all these really horrible, like he carves these horrible like
names,
words, and insults into her body that are just disgusting and vile, which is what he is. He's very vile. His bodily fluids and shit and all that just. So, yeah. Anyhow,
I will say there's one weapon that Art uses in this movie and Terrifier. I don't know, did he use it in Terrifier 2? The whip that he has with the different knives and different thing that he has, the chain, and he used it in Terrifier 2 for the girl in the bathroom.
Yes, he did.
Yes, he did. That little weapon right there looks like it would hurt.
You think?
Yes.
Maybe.
But anyways,
maybe a little bit.
That's day 10 of our anthology.
Our
anthology.
Maybe a little bit more than a little bit.
Day 10 of our horror movie marathon, not anthology. We just watched an anthology. But yeah, it's All Hallows Eve. It is. I don't think it's streaming anywhere right now.
This is like 4.5 star movie.
I think you can rent it on Prime. But yeah, I gave it 5 stars out of 5. So yeah, check out All Hallows Eve before you check out Terrifier 3 in theaters.
Yeah, check out all the Terrifier movies if you someone get. Otherwise, don't go see the new one. Anyhow, like and follow for more and continue to watch us in the next video.
Yes, like and follow for more. 31 days of horror content. We're going to keep this going with day 11 tomorrow, and day 11 is going to be Terrifier 3. So yeah, be ready for that gross reveal.
Oh boy, I'm sure we'll be talking about all the gore in that film.
Right.
and giving a bunch of warnings.
Yeah.
Probably gonna give you a warning before we start that one, because that one's gonna be nightmares just by describing it, because we always give spoilers. So
from what we've heard through the grapevine,
and on TikTok and everything.
Yeah.
Instagram, everywhere.
But yeah, like and follow for more art content.
Yes.
All right. Deuces.
Bye.